Thanks, Louis. And this is W1HQL for the W4SVR Everglades Amateur Radio Club Net. We'll start the net in about 1 or 2 minutes. Give folks an opportunity to shoot over to Simplex and check in over there. This is W1HQL standing by. And just a reminder, anyone wants to tune in to YouTube and watch the net live, just type in W1HQL or Everglades Amateur Radio Club, and click on the link to the live net coming from my shack. And I can see there are two already there, Ron and Willie. And just let me know if you can hear both sides of the communication, because last week I failed to reset the computer, and the sound card only was working one way, so all you could hear was me. So just let me know if you can hear the radio comms also. What I'm going to do is open the squelch. And you should have heard an open squelch.
UTL, I heard it.
Okay, perfect, thanks.
I heard myself.
How do you sound?
Doesn't sound like me, but what can I say?
Again, folks, this is W1HQL for the W4SVR Everglades Amateur Radio Club Net. We'll be starting the net shortly. Just giving folks an opportunity to shoot over to Simplex and check in.
Kilo 4 India Mike, Steve, and Miami Brickle. Over.
Hey, Steve. K4 I am. If you want, I'll put you down in the log and take you as the first check-in. I'll be starting the preamble shortly.
Okay, Roger. I heard check-in, and I thought it was time. Sorry about that. K4 I am. I'm listening in on the other net, too, on 5-2 as well. Kilo 4 India Mike.
Okay, copy. Just FYI, too, you can watch it on YouTube. Just type in my call sign, W1HQL, or Everglades Amateur Radio Club, and we're streaming live YouTube.
Okay, Roger, I'll check that out.
All right, hello all stations, good evening. This is W1HQL, and I'll be acting as your net control station for the W4SVI Everglades Amateur Radio Club weekly informational net. The purpose of this net is to informally gather club members and other amateur radio operators to talk about ham-related information, to get on the air, chat, and have a good time. All radio amateurs are invited to participate in this net, and you do not need to be a member of the club to check into the net. Break. The net operates at 7:30 p.m. every Tuesday evening on this repeater, and it will always follow the Miami Aries net that is hosted by Louis, who is over on 146520 at this time doing check-ins for a Simplex net. And as always, this net will yield the frequency to emergency or priority traffic at any time if needed. Our club, the Everglades Amateur Radio Club, is an ARRL Special Services Club, and we do offer ham licensing testing, yearly field day operations, and other ham-related activities. Break. Our regular club meetings occur the second Friday of every month, and we start that at 7 o'clock, and the official meeting for the club begins at 7:30. Anywhere between 7 and 7:30, we'll get together out in the parking lot, just reintroducing ourselves to all our friends and buddies that we talk to on the air, and also any Aries related information. Our regular club meetings are located over at the John D. Campbell Agricultural Center, and that's at 18710 Southwest 288th Street. And we'll just give you a recap of the meeting after the net starts. All right, with that said, let's get this net cracking and start taking some check-ins.
Kilo, Juliet 4, Juliet, Tango, Quebec, Eddie in North Miami Beach with no traffic.
4 Uniform Tango Lima, Ron, South Miami, no traffic.
Kilo November 4, Romeo Golf Foxtrot Eric in West Kendall and no traffic.
Kilo November 4, Kilo Sierra Victor. Fred at Homestead, good evening, neighbor.
Okay, let's hold it right there. And I've already got Steve in there, K4 IM, Kilo 4 India Mike. And then I've copied Eddie, Kilo 4 Juliet Tango Quebec. Hi, Eddie. I see you acknowledging on the YouTube channel. Ron K4 UTL, thanks for replying also. Eric, I got you, Kilo November 4 Romeo Golf Fox. Fred, my neighbor down here in Homestead, Kilo November 4 Kilo something Victor. Oh goodness, what have I written down here? Kilo Sierra Victor. Sorry about that, Fred. Can't read my own writing. Plus, I should be wearing my glasses. And then I got Bob checking in from Kendall, and he checked in via YouTube. Kilo Oscar 4 Romeo Kilo Bravo. So, guys, thanks for checking in. Any additional check-ins or any corrections on that?
KX7OIG. Adele. Call sign changed. No traffic. And good evening, Steve.
Hey, Adele, cool call sign. Kilo X-ray 7 OIG. Wow, that's a good one. Thanks for checking in. I can't remember what your old call sign was. What was it?
Kilo Oscar 4 Delta Victor Foxtrot. I changed it to OIG because of my agency, the Office of Inspector General for Anti-Crimes.
Well, hopefully I'll never need your services. All right, folks, as you know, this past Friday was our club meeting, and we talked about Winter Field Day, so that'll be the first topic of discussion. Winter Field Day is on, as you already know, on the 29th and 30th over at the Bayfront Park in Homestead at Biscayne National Park. I'll be there prior to sunrise, and you can show up anytime to start setting up. And we've got that same area. The only issue that we have is that the pavilion, that fixed structure that they usually have barbecues and parties under, it's there, but it's under some construction, and they asked us to refrain from using that. However, the facilities are ours, and actually they were expecting us. So that was great when I went down there. They said, "Oh, you're going to do that again." So just let me know on the net if anybody's planning on showing up, just out of curiosity. And like I said, I'll be there early in the morning before sunrise so folks can start setting up. Also note, I'll have parking permits prepared so that anybody that does show up for the field day event, they can just put that in their windshield. That way they won't be ticketed for not paying the parking fees. All right, we got more updates from the meeting coming your way. Let's take some check-ins.
Kilo Yankee 4, Kilo November. It's Ian in Cutler Bay with no traffic.
Kilo 4, Quebec, Kilo Lima, John, your neighbor, have no traffic, 73 to everybody.
Okay, copied in. Kilo Yankee 4, Kilo November, and John, Kilo 4, Quebec, Kilo Lima, and Ian, that's my nephew's name, first name, and my grandfather's middle name was Ian, John Ian. And obviously, my grandfather hailed from across the pond over where you were probably born. what part of the island were you on?
I was in Northampton, which is about as central in England as you can get.
Yeah, he was in Burnley, south of Manchester.
Very cool.
Okay, the Club Shack. We mentioned that the VHF UHF antenna is bad. We confirmed that. I swept the antenna without the lightning arrestor in place, and it's still showing very bad SWR. So we're going to have to definitely do a climb and get that antenna replaced. And we had some really great conversation during and after the meeting pertaining to purchasing a new HF radio for the club. And stay tuned for that. We got some great ideas out there and some research going on. But we're definitely on the right track to determine what kind of radio we want. And especially with Orlando Hamfest coming up, folks are going to be doing their homework and research and then coming back with great suggestions. And hopefully in March, we'll have some better direction. There's no big rush on it. We got time to do that, but let's do this right, and we'll get a nice HF radio for the club station. Also, a cool thing, our club secretary, Bill, KG2CS, mentioned about doing a mentoring program at the meetings. So that is something that is being looked at, and hopefully we'll get something like that going. I think he might want to start something like that in March. So hopefully he checks in and gives us a little update on that. You're tuned into the W4 SVI Everglades Amateur Radio Club Net. Again, my name's Steve, and my call sign's W1HQ. I'm down here in Homestead, and we'll take some check-ins.
Kilo 4, Sierra, November Bravo, no traffic.
All right, Jose, got you. Kilo 4, Sierra, November Bravo. You going to show up for Winter Field Day? Do you have time?
I'm planning on it.
All right, cool. All right, Align brought up something really cool at the meeting. A thing called Helium Network, where you can actually make some crypto money by setting up one of these 900 megahertz systems. I have yet to research it myself, so I'm nowhere near being adept enough to explain exactly what it is. But it's called Helium Network, and I invite anyone out there to check that out and see what that's about. Maybe we can talk about it more during next month's meeting. All right. I hope we got a bunch of people tuned in, because what I am about to bring up is some really interesting news that's coming out of the ARRL, and it's regarding grant money for clubs. Again, this is grant money from clubs. So I'm going to read to you what I got off of the ARRL site. So stay tuned for that. Can you, let's take some additional check-ins.
Yes. Kilo Juliet 4, Whiskey, Kilo Golf 4, Uniform Bravo X-Ray, and if he hasn't checked in, WX0WX, copy?
Copy. I got you as Kilo Juliet 4, Whiskey, Kent. I got Kilo Golf 4, Uniform Bravo X-Ray Annie, and I got WX0WX done. Got them all.
100%. Traffic complete. Thank you, Ned.
Hey, stand by to listen to this about the grant, because this is right up your alley.
I will stand by and I'll help you write it if I can.
All right, the new ARRL Foundation Club Grants Program is funded by a grant from the Amateur Radio Digital Communications, the ARDC, and they're going to make $500,000 available to radio clubs. The program will provide up to $25,000 for worthy club projects. Requests for more than that will be referred back to the ARDC. ARRL has long recognized that it is in the best interest of amateur radios to encourage and support amateur radio clubs. Clubs historically have recruited, licensed, and trained new radio amateurs and have provided the community setting for radio amateurs to continue their education and training. The new Club Grants Program will help clubs more easily provide and expand their important services. Break. Beginning in April 2022, amateur radio clubs will be able to apply for these grants by filling out a simple form on the ARRL website. The ARRL Foundation will evaluate the grant proposals. The foundation was established back in 1973 to advance the art, science, and social benefits of amateur radio services by awarding financial grants and scholarships to individuals and organizations in support of their charitable, educational, and scientific efforts. The key criterion for determining the awards will be how the project will advance amateur radio in the grantees' community. In most cases, this process should take no longer than 90 days. It's a hell of a lot faster than the feds do it, that's for sure. The ARRL Foundation President David Woolweaver, K5RAV, shared his enthusiasm about this new program. He is quoted as saying, "This program will substantially contribute to the growth of amateur radio clubs and their efforts to expand and support amateur radio community." Break. All right, and I'll end the rest with the ARDC is a California-based foundation and makes grants to projects and organizations that follow amateur radio practices and traditions of technical experimentation in both amateur radio and digital communication sciences. ARDC Executive Director Rosie Schechter, KJ7RYV, noted that this program will streamline the process for getting club projects funded so that clubs can get started on these projects much more quickly. So cool news. So with that said, reaching out to anyone that's listening now, club members, just put on your creative thinking caps and let's shoot around at the next couple of meetings some ideas where maybe we can come up with to tap into that grant money. Feel free to contact me at any time, should you like, if you care to discuss this further. Okay, you probably all have my email address, and if you need my phone number, it's 305-283-9241. You can either go through the club website or get me direct email or give me a call so that we can chat about this further. It's I think it's probably the best thing I've heard in many years coming out of the ARRL.
Kilo Oscar 4, Kilo Sierra Golf, Willie and Hialeah. Hello, Steve.
Hey, Willie. Thanks for checking in, and thanks for tuning in also on the YouTube.
This is Kilo India 4, Victor Echo Yankee, Lewis, West Dayton. I have some relays, Steve.
Hey, Lewis, got you in the log. Kilo India 4, Victor Echo Yankee, and go ahead with your relay.
Yeah, listen, I wanted to say, first of all, before I forget, I've been trying to get a hold of Luciano, and I don't like this. Every time I call him, sometimes the phone would ring all the time, but now it goes straight to voicemail. So, and I haven't heard from his sister, so I don't know if anybody knows where he lives. Maybe I can drive over there. I think Tim. I'm going to get a hold of Tim, see if he knows his address.
All right, I was just going to ask you. I want to go up on QRZ and check that address that at least is there. And I'll take a drive by there tomorrow.
Yeah, that's great, see, because last time I talked to him, he was at Jackson Memorial Hospital Cardiac Care Unit, and but I haven't heard from him. And I asked the sister, I begged the sister, you know, God forbid anything happens, one way or the other, please call me. So she's got my number.
Reference.
Go ahead.
Hey.
Station, go.
Or WW, and make sure I've got it.
Yeah, you got it, Ken. Go.
Last information provided to me was, I'm guessing 2 weeks ago, he was out of the CCU and doing well enough to be transferred to a rehab floor at the same facility. Obviously, I couldn't go, but at least I can provide that he was out of CCU and he needed to be in and rehab for quite some time. I don't have anything further, though, as well. So we're going to have to, would you make contact and advise when you can, please, via the sister, KJ4WW.
All right, thanks for that update, Ken. If you don't mind, could you just pop over, if you have the internet up, QRZ.com, and verify the address, and let me know if that is accurate, if that's possible.
I can verify his current address is accurate. That is correct.
Copy that. Thank you. All right, net to Kilo India 4 Victor Echo Yankee. Lewis, go ahead with your relay, sir.
Okay, listen, last time I talked to Luciano, he was concerned about his check-in, so let's make him relay number 1. Kilo Golf 4, Uniform Golf Echo, Luciano. He'll be relay number 1. Followed by Whiskey 4, Alpha Sierra, Alberto. Whiskey 4, Alpha Sierra. Kilo Bravo 4, Alpha India Lima, Frank. Kilo Bravo 4, Alpha India Lima, Frank. Break.
Copy.
AK4FU, Frank. AK4FU, Frank. Break.
Got it.
By the way, I want to let you know that Frank gets out of the woods. He doesn't have pneumonia anymore. He's in great shape. This is another one is Whiskey Charlie 4 Bravo Papa Jose Antonio. Whiskey Charlie 4 Bravo Papa Jose Antonio. Break.
Go ahead.
Whiskey 4 Lima Charlie Mike. Whiskey 4 Lima Charlie Mike Ramon. And the last one is November 4 Charlie Juliet Golf. November 4 Charlie Juliet Golf Carlos.
Roger. Got them all. So I've got Kilo Golf 4 Uniform Golf Echo Whiskey 4 Alpha Sierra, Kilo Bravo 4 Alpha India Lima, Alpha Kilo 4 Fox Uniform, Whiskey Charlie 4 Bravo Papa, Whiskey 4 Lima Charlie Mike, and November 4 Charlie Juliet Golf. All good?
Yes, Steve, with the exception of one. Alberto is not Whiskey 4 Alpha Sierra. It's Whiskey 4 Alpha Sierra. There's 2 whiskeys there. I guess it's like a double shot of scotch.
Yep. You know, I wrote it down correctly. I just read it incorrectly. All right. Thanks, Louis.
Siree, 73. Thank you.
Kilo November 4, Sierra, Foxtrot Mike. Howard, Little Gables.
Howard, we got you in the log as Kilo November 4, Sierra Fox Mike. Good to hear you on there. Thank you for checking in.
Thank you very much, sir. Looking good on the tube, by the way.
All right, thank you. And that was a double. Other station?
Kilo Golf 2, Charlie Sierra with relays.
Hey, we're just thinking about you, Bill. Go ahead with your relays, and if you don't mind, a little bit of the traffic about the mentor project that you brought up at the meeting.
Alrighty, it sounds just great. And by the way, I was able to check in Simplex with Lewis. That was kind of fun, even though the beams pointed the wrong way. And also checked into the Keys Aries net. So it's been a busy half hour, by golly. Anyway, I'm going to relay in Margarita, Kilo 4, Charlie Victor Whiskey, and Louisa, Kilo Oscar 4, Alpha Papa Charlie. And one of the things we all discussed at the meeting last Friday night is the idea of mentoring some of the newer hams. A lot of our folks get licensed. Unfortunately, we don't see them again. So, starting in March, I'll be in the Hamcation in February, but in March, we're going to start a little Mentors Corner immediately after the meeting, and it'll be some of the basic one-on-one kinds of things that many of us take for granted, how to put on a PL259, adjusting your amateur radio. Yes, there's knobs that you really do need to adjust, even though there's no tubes in them. So I guess that hopefully that'll pick somebody's interest. I don't even know how to say that. And anyway, Steve, thank you for being there and being so faithful to the group. Everybody have a great night. This is KG2CS in Chili Homestead, Florida, back in Net Control.
All right, Bill, thanks for that info. And we've got you, KG2CS, with your two relays, Kilo 4 Charlie Victor Whiskey and Kilo Oscar 4 Alpha Papa Charlie.
Roger, 73.
All right, 7-3. All right, we've got a couple of more minutes left. Just want to remind folks that you do have a club website, w4svi.club. It's still growing and improving, and there's a lot of good information there. Feel free to visit that. We have a great photo gallery with many of the events that have been recorded are in that gallery. So take advantage of that. It's an entertaining place to be. Also, information about testing. If you know anybody that needs to be tested or wants to be tested, have them go over to the club website, and there is plenty of information there, step-by-step instructions on how to get registered, get your FRN, things like that, and prepare yourself for the exam over at the club. So all good information. And then lastly, something that we haven't done, part of being in the hobby, there may be many of you out there that have QSL cards. And Steve, K4IM, brought his in. It's the ham radio business card. And he brought his in, and it kind of reminded me. I said, this would be a great idea to have, during the meetings, if you even want to leave a few of your own QSL cards, if you do have them at the club, that way, if any, there can be an exchange going on. I know it's not a QSO, but it's sharing QSL cards is also a fun thing to do. And Steve brought his, and that's his right there, a really nice one. And I'm going to make sure I bring a stack of mine so I can leave at the club so I'll be able to share them with others. So if you do have a QSL card, it would be interesting to see it. There's some interesting art and great photos and things like that that reflect the personality and the location of ham radio operators. And if you have an album, you bring that in. When I still do send out QSL cards to special contacts, and I've collected quite a few. I have an album that's full of contacts, including from the International Space Station, islands, and different exotic contacts, the Antarctica. So there's some really cool art that you can see also. So maybe if I remember, I'll bring that in so you can take a look at it.
Steve, can I have your number again slowly?
Sure. It's 305-283-9241. 305-283-9241.
Got it. KJ4 JTQ.
Also, just reaching out to all of you that are out there. John, KK4QKL, just sent me a quick message indicating that he had to turn his volume up to near maximum so he can hear me. The audio that's coming over, my audio that's coming over, anyone out there experience the same thing, low audio on my part?
No, I didn't experience any low audio. KJ4 JTQ.
Okay, all right, appreciate it. I just want to, because I thought I had all the settings pretty good before, at least a half an hour before the net. I brought it up live and made all the adjustments I needed so I wouldn't have any complications like I did last week.
Is the net still on?
Yeah, net's still on. All right, Willie, Mike, Howard, thanks. Thanks for the comments. And John, if you're still on, it may be an issue on your end. It could be something on your end that the reason why you're getting low audio. All right, folks, it's just after 8 o'clock. We're going to wrap up this net. Do I have any tail gunners out there?
This is Kilo Mike 4 Delta Foxtrot Romeo, Tim and Cutler Ridge.
Hey, Tim, got you in the log, and we're T minus 59 minutes and 45 seconds.
Whiskey, additional.
Okay, be right with you, Whiskey. Tim, yeah, got that notification on the delay, and we'll be watching that launch. For those of you that are listening, in 59 minutes there'll be a SpaceX launch, and you'll be able to. If the night stays the way it is, crystal clear out there, you should be able to see it. Just poke your head out the window or go out the front yard or whatever and look to the north, and you should see that big, long, yellow fire streak going across the sky. So hopefully we'll get a good visual of that tonight. Kilo KG4WW, go ahead.
KJ4WW, I in closing, we say, you and I'd like to make it clear, if I'm able to assist any of the other clubs on that grant writing, I would be happy to, depending on, whether I'm able to at the time. I just want to make that clear before we close our net. KJ4WW.
Yeah, I know you have a lot of experience with that in for other grants, and with your experience, I'm definitely going to tap that resource. I've done grants before, but nowhere near at the level that you have done, and I'm certainly will consider you a mentor if we are able to come up with an idea or something that we can go and we can shoot for it.
Got it.
Yeah, go ahead.
An idea that came up immediately just to share. I just got out of surgery here, and the idea was everybody who's got a repeater or a station, every club, we could write a grant for a digital repeater that interfaces with our analog repeater, and then you could buy X number of digital capable handhelds in the event of a contingency for disbursement among the members, for emergency work or before a hurricane. And that's an original idea that I would think every single club might qualify for, just to make good use of the money. Yeah, that was just my first thought. KJ4WW, not clear.
Yeah, my homework will be researching the scope and the qualifications, so that we can actually go in the right direction, and hopefully what you just mentioned would be part of that. We'll see, but in any event, we'll give it a shot. All right, folks, if there aren't any further check-ins of traffic, we're going to close out the net. This is W1HQ from the W4 SVI Everglades Amateur Radio Club net. Any traffic? K4HOR, Mikey. I got you in the log. Do you have any traffic for us this evening?
Yeah, the Thursday night net is rather precarious. We'll see what happens. I wanted to know Winter Field Day, the date and time.
Winter Field Day is the 29th and 30th, and it's from sunrise on till about noon Sunday.
Do you have a proper address for that?
Say again?
Actual street address, a proper address for us. I know it's, Homestead Bayfront Park, but do they have a proper address?
They do. I don't know what it is. I'll find out. I remember I've posted that before, and I'll check. I'll find out and let you know ASAP. Okay.
Thank you very much, Steve. All right, 73 escape 482, I'm clear.
All right. We'll catch you later, Mikey. Thanks for checking in. All right, folks, you've been tuned into the W4SVR Everglades Amateur Radio Club Net. I hope you enjoyed the live feed. Thanks for showing up and making your comments, folks. And we'll be here same time, same place, same station next week. And hopefully we'll catch you then. 7-3 to all. This is W1HQL for the W4SVR Everglades Amateur Radio Club Net signing off.